Pinot Grigio.
And usually, because it's Friday, I can have one of these. I can have a drink, right?
I think so. I think you're warranted to.
Hi! I'm so loud, by the way, when I go in on these. I'm always so loud. Hi, everybody. So I have Irawniq here.
Hey, guys.
Woo!
Hey.
Whoa, Lisa, get it together. So it's 4 o'clock. You know what that means? It's Friday night. Cheers. I'm just having one of these. Someone left it at the house. It's like, what, 3% or something?
That was here from last time we partied. That's how much you don't drink.
Yeah, it's 5%. Well, I don't usually drink vodka.
Well, I'm saying that was here like a while
Yeah,
ago.
I was here. Hi, guys. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on.
What's going on?
We are releasing our video, which is a politics, and it's also a music video, and it's also an anti-bullying, like, Hollywood video for reality television, right? Hi, guys. I'm far away. I just wanted, is that what you do? You wave to people?
You gotta wave at everybody. Hi, everybody.
Oh. Jay, I see you. Jay, I see you. And I'm going to call you. I have been so under the gun. Okay, so I have been MIA on social media a little bit because I've been editing like nonstop, and it also takes forever to like render. My God, masturbating. Oh my God. Well,
Us too.
Yeah,
in
all
our
day,
minds.
every day. That's all I'm doing is masturbating, right?
Yeah. That's actually what the video's about.
This video.
So go watch it.
Go watch the video.
The video that comes out at 5, it's just masturbating.
The extended version. Good job, Lisa. Shameless plug.
So funny.
Hi, guys.
So we just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about like what we did and why we did it. So real quick, so many girls have come out from America's Next Top Model, and also so many people have come out that have been on reality shows that, you know, reality TV is relatively new. It's only like 20, 30 years old. And I think it's time that we take a pause and we start caring about the afterlife of reality television stars, you know, because they aren't paid and they're given this fame, but they're given a fame that costs their mental sanity, and they're stuck in these echo chambers.
What do you mean by that, echo chamber?
Like, so I'm gonna explain. This is a great question. Thank you, Irawniq. From being on America's Next Top Model Cycle 5 in particular, for me, and being the alcoholic bitch or the person, which to me is just so insane because I've always been on my own and had 3 jobs. So it's so offensive to me because that is a complete opposite of what my character is. I wouldn't even have time to be that.
You see my glasses, let me know.
Your glasses? I'm doing a live right now. You guys, if you see Adam's glasses.
Have you guys seen Adam's
Have you guys
glasses?
seen Adam's glasses? Where are you going?
Have you seen Adam's glasses?
Teaching me how to drive Tesla to Starbucks.
Oh,
Okay. You don't want anything?
no.
Can you grab
about
Diego some
in the morning?
chips? Can you grab some chips? Just like some Doritos or something. I'll give you money.
They have those at Starbucks?
Oh,
they're
never
going to
mind.
Starbucks.
You're right.
Fritos?
We have chips.
Do you?
No, they have like organic.
They like fancy food chips.
Nothing but that.
They're all
Oh,
gross.
fancy chips.
Not the good stuff.
Okay, so I'll finish what I was saying.
Hello?
Yes. Good job. Yeah, post all that stuff. Thank you for waving to everybody. So, just in my experience, I thought that I was just like an anomaly on the show, the way they treated me and weaponized my trauma. But it being on repeat constantly forever, and it never stops, of this like slanderous character of who I truly am. It's like I'm stuck in an echo chamber that I can never get out of this perception of me that's completely false, or just a very small part of a reaction, or the way you react to a situation, like that's just constantly on repeat and it doesn't stop ever.
So like they like kind of prey, like production kind of like preyed on like
all my childhood trauma and stuff to get certain reactions out of me. Then they would okay, so for instance in interviews it'd be like So today was a really bad day for you with, you know, Janet, for instance, like Janice Dickinson, like she really went off on you. And the girls, you know, they're all sitting there and calling you names during your shoot, which, by the way, production put the girls right in front of me on purpose
To create that.
so that I could hear all the negative things that they were saying about me. So I know during this interview that they put the girls there, right? So that it would distract me while I'm shooting.
Wow. You can't be vulnerable for real.
That is
There's no
wild.
safety.
No.
They just set you up like
So
time
then-
after time.
Yes. So then in the interview, they go, you know, you had such a bad day today. Does it remind you of when your mom would tell you to commit suicide? Or does it bring you back like when you get beat up as a kid, you know, all that stuff.
Triggering you.
On purpose.
Constantly.
They want the tears, they want the reaction.
Totally. And I'd be like, you put the girls, you told them to sit, you guys put the girls right in front of me. No, we didn't. They wanted to sit there.
Gaslight.
So like everything is gaslighting. Constantly.
And that's abuse.
Yes.
That's what people try.
And those interviews last hours.
And I don't think people
Right.
really understand how abusive, traumatizing, triggering gaslighting really is.
Yes.
On TV.
Yes, so imagine that. All of these moments that you remember as being very traumatic because those are things that you remembered it completely differently
Right.
than the way they're projecting it. And the way that you're reacting to things isn't actually that. It's something else. And
Right.
so when that's on repeat forever, you know,
What do
like
you mean by that? What do you mean on repeat forever?
so it's in America's Next Top Model. It plays in 180 countries on repeat. So even though I'm married and have businesses and kids and a life and everything, anytime I go online, I still get the like, "Hey, what's up, alcoholic bitch? Wait, aren't you the girl that shit in a diaper or pissed in a diaper?"
But
And it just-
you're getting money from these shows, though.
No. No. None of the girls are. Like, I am from All Stars. I get residuals, but they're like $5, you know, from just the All Stars. The ones that the seasons that are the most popular are the earlier seasons that are also constantly on repeat.
Right.
So those, it's almost like, even though I came back and I changed, I wanted to be my own hero and take control of the narrative this time and not give them anything at all to like falsely edit my character, right? To change the narrative.
But you should have the right to do.
Yes. So I did do all that, but the problem is that the impression was already made. And so no matter what I do in life, it's always like, "Oh, you're that crazy bitch on Top Model." And I'm like, "Yeah, you just said that," like straight to my face. Like,
Wow.
it's just a constant thing. And it's fine, like, you know,
It's not.
first it's fine to the point of, it's not fine, but it's fine in the sense that like it's not their fault that they know that's what they know.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't blame them for that. I don't blame the fans not being able to see through this or understand, because we have never been able to speak out about it because we have contracts that if we talk about production, then and when you sign these contracts and it says you aren't allowed to talk about production, you're like, well, why would I want to talk about production? That's boring.
Right.
And then you go in and you're like, oh,
That's
It's
why.
like an NDA where like you
Yeah.
It is.
So
We're
now I
gonna
can't
fuck
talk-
up your minds and your body and your everything, but you can't tell anybody about it because it's for TV. It's for the drama.
Yeah, so then
Ugh.
nobody can speak out about it because you'll get sued for $5 million. That's what they scare all these girls. And then on top of that, what happens is, even if any girl does speak out and goes against the contract, because we realize that Top Model doesn't even care about any of us anyways, or what we say, the fans go, "Oh my God, she's biting the hand that feeds. Oh my God, sit down. Like, you should be proud of your opportunity." And
But Lisa, okay. Do people not know that you were like modeling before?
I think the majority of people don't know that.
Because you definitely were like doing big shit.
I know.
the whole
Already a
time.
model.
That's why your picture was so fucking fierce, bitch. You knew what to do.
Well, guess what else? That would have helped in my favor with this whole like changing the narrative of the way that I talk about Top Model and the way girls are coming out and talking about Top Model. It would be helpful if they included that on Cycle 5. but they specifically directed me never to talk about my previous experience.
Because they
as a
wanted to
model.
make it look like that they
That
wrote
they
you.
amateur.
that they did it.
And that they created
So,
you.
and,
Yeah.
right, so that's why so many people
Wow.
are like, well, you should be thankful Tyra gave you this amazing platform.
Yeah, but I worked way less after the show, and so many girls worked way less. For instance, like Gina Turner, Cycle 24. Here's a prime example. Before she went on Top Model, she had like 500,000 followers before,
Oh,
and
wow.
now she has 200,000. Like she lost them
Went
because they
backwards.
made her look like such a fucking bitch. And people are like, you should be fucking thankful, and she's like, for what?
Right.
For what? What fucking hand fed me? Because I'm like having to hustle 8,000 times harder past this idea and perception that they have put on me. She was raised in foster care her entire life, and then they made her look like a fucking like stuck up bitch. And they just tortured her in her interviews for 8 hours. They would just torture her in her interviews, like telling her that she needs to give up this phone that she's recording stuff in the house with and sending it, and she never had a phone. They knew
Wow.
that she wanted Top Model so bad that they just constantly threatened to send her home over nothing, you know? Like, these narratives need to be told. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for all of us, and including an amazing artist in this, Irawniq. I'm just so thankful for her, and she gave me a sick verse. We both came into this knowing that, like, I didn't want to be like so mean, you know. We wanted the message to get across. We know that people would listen more if we did it to music or a track and made it like an educational song. And like, you didn't want this because you have nothing to do with Top Model.
No.
But you as a strong black female, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to stand up to the bully.
Yeah, I think it's a social responsibility to advocate for the underdog, and this is like my sister, you know. So it's like I wouldn't let anybody talk about my friends or my family. I don't care who it is. And when you're somebody as big and have a platform like Tyra, shame on you. Shame on you for not correcting. We're all human and we all make mistakes, but we have to be accountable for our mistakes. And I just want accountability.
I want accountability. The big question that I keep getting asked is, what do you want? You know, like, what do you want? You've been coming after Tyra and Top Model. Now, by the way, when I say like coming after Tyra, or just, I'm talking about her whole entire umbrella, right? She's the creator of Top Model. That's her show. So when I come after Tyra, it's everything that encompasses, that is Top Model. That's production, that's everything. I'm doing this because I think that the girls should have a chance to feel safe online to speak their truth. There's, for instance, my friend Alexandria Everett. She stands really tall with me on this. She's from Cycle 16 and also 17. And a real reality of Top Model girls is beautiful, talented girls. Because they're so bullied online because of this false perception that the show presented of them and their character, it makes them disappear. So like I call her Lex, Alexandria. Lex like disappeared for like 7 years online, like nowhere to be found. Because there's also really traumatic things that are happening in people's lives also at the same time. So you feel like there's absolutely no safe space.
Because you guys are still human beings. You have families, you have a life, you have the same issues that other people have, except all your shit is now just
And then it's just, like I said, it feels like I'm in an echo chamber and you're stuck in gaslighting. And the show created this, like, for instance, you guys, they didn't do any type of childhood trauma weaponizing in the All-Stars for me. They promised me they weren't going to do that. They said that they were going to treat me like with so much respect and that I didn't have to worry about them hurting me in the interviews and all that. So I was like, okay, cool. Like maybe maybe I'm capable of getting back and doing this show again. Like maybe I'm strong
Right.
enough. Regardless, it's not my first rodeo, right? And then I realized that they put me against somebody that was disqualified, that was the underdog, that everyone was like cheering on, right? Which was Angeli. And then they put me against Allison Harvard, who I had no clue who she was at the time.
Was she on another cycle too, right?
She was on cycle 12.
Okay.
And her following is massive, like millions of followers. And they're incredibly satanic. I'm sorry, but this is the facts. I'm not lying about this. The amount of torture I went through online from both fan bases, one being Allison's, and Top Model knowing that would happen to me because they knew everything about Allison. Do you know what I mean?
It was contrived.
It was like they knew that I was going to get so much heat from these fan bases, especially Allison's.
Somebody wrote, when I was younger, they showed you as a villain, and I believed them. I feel guilty about that still, and I'm sorry, Lisa. That's what, there's people, they hear you.
That feels good.
They hear you.
That feels really good.
Yeah. They
So,
hear you.
you know, people always say, like, get therapy for this type of thing. And it's like, there's no therapists in the world that are trained in reality television or like the aftermath, because it's a relationship that you have with like fandom, you know? It's not like I can go to therapy because this is something, you know, it's not like Tyra's gonna what she should do is come out and tell everybody that what she did is wrong and that these girls aren't everything that she put out there, which ruined these girls' careers. You think Lex didn't want to, like, she had the hopes of being a model and an actress and all these things, and she was so talented, and dreams just gone. Her dreams are fucking over. And there's no going back or taking back that time. And that makes me so sad because I know exactly what that feels like. And I just don't want that to happen anymore in reality TV. So I know that Top Model's over, but it's still in other countries. And they do the same formula in all the other
Top
countries.
Model is still going on in other countries.
Yes.
Just not here.
I didn't know
I didn't know that either.
I didn't even really know
Yeah.
Top Model was going on in other countries.
They have Korea's Next Top Model, North Korea or South Korea. They have them everywhere.
And it's all
still
it's all
Tyra.
Tyra's thing.
She's facilitating it?
And so it's her plan, everything they did to y'all is what she's doing to all these people worldwide.
There's other main hosts though. Yeah.
Just
Wow.
please save the video and don't delete.
I'm gonna save this. It'll go up.
You were not a villain. You were confident and sure of who you were. Some of those girls were not prepared for what this industry does to you emotionally and psychologically.
So that is a valid comment. Absolutely. These girls were definitely green. That being said, in the real modeling industry, I had been in it since I was 12 years old.
Wow.
So I was blindsided going on Top Model because I wasn't trained in reality TV. You guys also need to remember that earlier seasons, we thought that this show was just going to be a season that's on a network and then they're going to do another season and that's it. I did not think that I was going to do, like, looking back, if I had known that this like cycle 5 was going to air on repeat forever in every single country, minus there's 194 countries, 93, one's up for question. They're fighting, but in 180 countries on repeat forever. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I'm stuck in this echo chamber that no matter what I do, it always, like, I was just recognized at the park, like, shoving a sandwich in my mouth, and I was wearing a hat and glasses, and this girl walked by walking her baby, who's learning how to walk, and she goes, "You're that crazy bitch Lisa from Top Model, aren't you?" And I'm like, see, it's like not an insult, and fine, I'll own crazy, right? But it's just also something that it's like, I wished I could have been something different. Like, I know that I'm wild and I know that I'm daring and I'm all these things, but I know that comment in particular, it stems from what they did to me, weaponizing my trauma, me acting out. So I'm that crazy bitch Sure, but like I wouldn't have been the crazy bitch if they didn't weaponize me all day
Right.
long with my trauma. Do you see what I mean? So I'm triggered every single day because this wasn't an experience that helped me. It is something that literally tears me down every single fucking day. Not as much anymore, but I'm glad that this, and I think I'm getting my period today. But like it's thinking about all the years I lost that I've talked to so many other girls on this too, like my friend Joni Dodds, season 6, okay? Me and her talked about this whole, what I'm doing. And she's like, Lisa, I really just want to remember it with like the really beautiful experiences that I did have. Like we went to Thailand and I had like the most beautiful runway experience of my entire life, and I'll never forget that. And like the truth is like people know my name because of the show. And I was like, okay. And she goes, to be honest, like nobody would know my name if it wasn't for the show. And I'm like, but I look at it differently, and that's okay too. Like I was with Joni in our apartment long ago, like I was wiping her tears because they were constantly bringing up her teeth and showing her spiked teeth because they took out all her teeth. And it really upset her because it wasn't something that she would have liked them focus on other aspects of her being on the show. But they did the parts that were constantly embarrassing for her, right? And so I'm like, if I'm including you in this video, I'm doing it because 1, you're my girl. Second of all, I wiped your tears, so you're fucking gonna be in this video. And you can remember it positively all you want. I also love a lot of parts of it. I love traveling. I love the fashion. I like working with all the professionals, 100,000%. But that doesn't take back the fact that they fucking ruined my modeling career.
You are much more than one TV show. You're loved by many.
Thanks, guys. And as far as this video is concerned, I think I created my own therapy for it. You know?
Again, how is this Tyra's fault?
How is this Tyra's fault? Because Tyra created a show that will do anything for ratings, even if it means destroying the careers of young girls that so desperately wanted to be a part of it.
And I think a lot of young girls, especially, look at the little cute little lizard right there.
He's watching the show.
Yeah, he's watching.
He's like, don't, there's a lizard, guys, that's just like
chilling,
like looking at us.
I think a lot of young girls just want to, you know, pursue their dreams, and they have no idea that their vulnerabilities are going to be preyed on. And production is scary. Production is scary, and they cut and they create these narratives and they perpetuate shit, and then you have no say.
That's the thing. You have no say of what is getting put out there and on repeat. The track, this whole art piece, I don't know what else to call it. It's just like art, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
That's all it is. Art.
you're talking about the video? I would say like a public
Service announcement.
It's a PSA.
It's a PSA with music. It's a musical PSA.
It's a musical PSA. I
Yeah.
love that. I think that in my head, I was like, I need to raise these voices because so many girls have come out during COVID for Oliver Twist's interviews on his YouTube. And
Here's
it's
a good question.
Yeah.
But you were on the show years ago. How is it ruining you now? Can you explain, for people that are just coming in, can you explain how this is still affecting a lot of girls and models right now, even if they were on the show from like 15, 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
Because it's still being aired.
Because it's constantly airing in other countries forever. So like, no matter what, and you know, we live in social media. If we didn't live in social media, it wouldn't probably matter at all. But since we're all so connected with social media, that's why it's still constantly affecting us. Like, if ever I go online at all, there's at least, 4 or 5 times a day, it's like, oh, look at you, fucking alcoholic bitch. Or like, oh, here's Lisa's chomping her gums, or like talking about Top Model again. And it's because it doesn't ever stop. And like when you're constantly getting gaslit to shut up about it, then it just perpetuates the trauma that continues, that just makes us feel so fucking unheard. And another part is the majority of the girls, like myself, once you've been on the show, Hollywood doesn't really accept you. And not only that, if they do accept you, they feel warranted to treat you like shit. Like garbage.
Can you imagine if the shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or what other shows was Tyra on growing up?
That's why I love Tyra. That's why I went on the show, because she was literally the love interest of Will Smith on Fresh Prince for like a while.
But could you imagine if she did something quirky on set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't make the final episode. But they took that and they just weaponized her for the next 30 years of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she had no say about it. She would be really upset.
She'd be really upset.
And be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it comes down to. There's no protection.
There's no protection. And there's no apology. And there's no money. We aren't getting paid for our pain and suffering that we're constantly enduring daily online. Go on YouTube and put Lisa D'Amato. Go to my page, D'Amato69 on YouTube. Older videos. I think I've been flipping the switch more so over the course of the last 6 months. So I am making a lot of leverage in being heard. I think also because a lot of other girls are coming out about this. But this affects us years later because it doesn't stop. Because the show doesn't stop airing everywhere on repeat. Am I telling you to stop watching it? I don't know. But I'll tell you this. How infuriated would you be if there is a slanderous character of you that's completely false, that is completely triggering to your childhood trauma, and them weaponizing it, and them continuously making millions of dollars on it every single year forever, and you're making nothing while you get abused?
Tyra and Naomi finally talked. Would you talk to her? Would she hear you? You're
I would
helping
love-
so many people. That would be great.
I
Right.
would love
Sit down.
to sit down with Tyra Banks.
Let's figure out how we can do this.
Sit me down with Tyra Banks.
I would
Put her in a
love.
room together.
I'm sure we can make this happen. I honestly feel like but she might not be down.
No, because she knows she's
Of
wrong.
course she's not.
Because
gonna sit down.
She might if
cause
she got
of
some
all of that.
pressure.
Dude, Naomi Campbell also came out and said that Tyra was the bully. It wasn't even Naomi.
Oh, wow.
So, just for the record, like, what do I want? What do we want from putting this musical PSA out? I want it to be addressed. I want these girls to get, because a lot of them are still so young. I want them to have an opportunity to be celebrated in the industry, in modeling. I want to give them their voice.
So you're being the change.
I'm trying to be the
You are being the
Look
change.
at this. She's quiet as a church mouse anytime you tag her, so she probably won't.
No, but you're putting your money where your mouth. Even bringing me in. I'm an up and coming artist, and you pulled me into this and gave me an opportunity to be heard on your platform. So you are being the change and stopping the cycle.
I'm
No pun
trying
intended.
so hard. And I want everyone to know this as well. I want nothing, okay? I did this completely as a project from my heart. I thought that it would be incredibly therapeutic for myself as well, because I have gotten so much therapy, but I never got therapy over what happened to me.
Hey,
from
address
Top Model,
this.
Or what happens to me from it.
I hear you, but this is unnecessary. Hey, you cannot invalidate somebody, just like I'm not going to invalidate you, but you cannot invalidate somebody. And you're here for a reason. Blaming someone who gave dozens of girls of opportunity because it's looking like you're mad because you're not getting paid more so. Can we just show Lisa's house real quick? Hold on, I'm sorry. Can we just show her house real quick? Wait, Lisa, did the Top Model pay for this house?
No.
Okay, so what you're not gonna do is create a false narrative as well.
Nothing to do with money.
It's got nothing to do with money, sweetheart. Nothing's got to do with character. It's got to do with being in the industry. It's got to do with righting your wrongs, sweetheart. Okay, so that's what you can't do. That's what you won't do. And you're one of the viewers too.
So I'm just gonna keep
Right. You're here, aren't you?
And you're here too. So
Do you see the
you're here.
gaslighting? It's like
exactly.
it makes it like is infuriating.
And it's so deeply rooted in
so
these people
deep.
that watch it. They're like, oh my God, like everything on TV is real. It's
my
not.
God.
Reality TV is the least real
You
thing
guys
out
gotta
there.
get real.
Y'all need to watch some documentary.
Because there's nothing to gain. But and you know what? At the end of the day, we come from love. That's all we come from is love. And if we don't create accountability
Right.
in our community, then the cycle continues, the trauma continues. And what's it going to take for for young girls to commit suicide and hurt themselves more, 'cause I'm sure a lot
Do you
of
know how
girls-
many reality stars have committed suicide?
I'm sure a
Right.
lot,
Look, opportunity or blacklisting.
Right.
Right. It's absolutely opportunity is not it at all.
So I want everyone to know that in spite of all of the trauma, in spite of all the pain that I've endured, in spite of everything, I fucking thrive because I believe in karma and I'm a good person and I work
Facts.
really hard and I'm very talented and I can switch gears.
Facts. Being a
And-
model is a very small part of you. Matter of fact, like there's so many other things. You're an inventor.
I'm an inventor.
You're a mom.
Yeah, got it.
Unapologetically, you're a wife.
I'm a
you're
pole
a friend,
dancer.
You're a lot of different things,
Yeah.
and you're a badass model.
Yes.
That was a model before Tyra. Y'all just found out about her because of Tyra, maybe.
I was booking Gap commercials, Target commercials, H&M commercials. I was a working model. So I just want you guys to know that all sizzled out and my dreams were destroyed from the show. Like I said, like Joni, my friend Joni's like, well, I'm just really appreciative and I truly, like, everybody knows my name from the show, so I'm just going to be super grateful. And also, they didn't weaponize any trauma from her. They don't do this to every single girl. They pick the bitch, you know? And like I said, I don't believe that that the show made me. I think that I was supposed to be so much bigger than the show.
You are bigger than the show. I
So
love
that's
you.
what I'm-
You speak your mind, and you help so many young women have dreams and models tell the truth behind the scenes and what really goes on. And it takes a lot of strength to go against the grain, to not care if you get blackballed by the industry or care about all this shit.
I don't need any love from the industry. You know, I did a whole interview for E on Top Model and Tyra, and they didn't even air it because I get it. They don't want to expose the formula, you know, which is technically what I'm doing because they probably do that formula too. Why would the industry I'm complaining about tell my narrative? Of course they don't want to, because then their magic is their formula is exposed of how they do this to people, all different types of people from reality shows.
And let's be real, this industry is evil,
Is evil.
and low vibrational as fuck. A lot of people look at this shit and they envy this shit, but a lot of people do not even have what it takes to even last a day in this industry because it is so low vibrational, and money ain't everything, y'all. Money ain't everything, for real.
I told myself going into this industry when I was 12 years old. I remember being like, and hearing all the stories. My grandpa managed Universal Studios, the actual like stages. He was like the manager of the stages. And he would tell me all these horrible stories about Marilyn Monroe and how everybody would just drug her up with Quaaludes and they'd all just fuck her. And I was getting told these stories really young. And I remember, you know, she committed suicide. And she was an orphan, you know? Like, what a sad existence Marilyn Monroe's life was, you know? Fucking hated, no one cared about her. And then all of a sudden glamorized beyond belief, had so much trauma. But everyone loved her for all the wrong reasons. And abused the shit out of her, and then she committed suicide. So all I'm saying is, like, when I was 12, I was like, my kid's just playing with bees.
With the bee.
I have nature
It's a
freaks.
drone. Save the
I was
bee.
going to be able to look at
This
myself in the
bee
mirror
does-
and love who I
He
am
doesn't tame.
forever.
He doesn't tame.
I vowed that was going to happen. I was not going to sell my soul. I was not going to fuck the ladder or the casting couch or whatever. I was going to not let anyone touch me ever again. Any person that touches me ever again, this is when I was little, was gonna love every ounce of my body, right? So hell no, Hollywood was not gonna touch me. And I can say to this day that I genuinely love who I am. I have always made great decisions with ethics and always guided by my heart. And this project is no different. If other top models that feel the same way as me don't comment or don't want to attach themselves to this video, it's not because they don't stand with me, it's because they're fucking scared. And that is facts.
What's up, Tyra?
What's up, Tyra?
Shit, I think we should be able to try to get this popping. I would love a sit down.
Tyra would never sit down with me.
She might. if she got pressured enough. You know, if we can get a surviving Tyra, surviving Tyra Banks,
I survived Tyra.
I think we could get a sit down.
And it's like, I won the All-Stars, like, what the fuck are you bitching about? Like, you made your money. Okay, I get that a lot. Like, you got paid, so why are you still...
Because it's not about money.
It's not about money.
This is and who can live off of that money?
And also, that's what I'm saying, that's such small change for how much they're making off of this, you know? Like, it's insanity. And it's just not right. It's just ethically, morally gross and disgusting. And, like...
Lisa's not shading Tyra. I'm shading Tyra. Like, it's fucking deplorable. It's irresponsible as a black woman to another black woman in the industry.
And that's the
it's
thing.
disgusting.
She did that more to the black girls than the white girls.
Of course she did. I think, honestly, there is empathy because she is suffering. To be able to
Prey on people.
to prey on people, to be okay with it, to not be accountable. Like, it's not just Lisa, yeah. But you know what? You'll see that if you watch the video at 5 o'clock. There's a lot of people that are saying the exact same things, that have said the exact same things in interviews. And if you watch the video that premieres at 5 o'clock on the channel, you will see and hear other voices of people that are very upset or hurt.
I want this. So usually, what happens when you're a trailblazer or the first person? What did Christina call me? I'm a whistleblower.
A whistleblower.
So the first thing, when the first person stands up to something, everyone hates that person. Like,
Right.
everyone hates that person. Everyone throws that person in, like, under the fucking bus. And then that fizzles out. So I'm waiting. I know that's going to happen. And then that fizzles out. And then everybody gets a little bit more strength because that path has been blazed.
I can say she's a colorist. Fuck with me.
So I want everyone to know that I don't fucking care what anyone says about me, as long as I can pick the font and color.
If you call me a cunt, don't forget to capitalize a C.
And make it yellow and cursive.
I like yellow cursive cunts.
Yellow cursive.
Yellow.
I love yellow cursive
Okay, I love you
cunts.
guys. So this will be up in 20 minutes. Please go watch Oh My God. And please share it so that we can give these other girls a voice. And also, it also sheds a lot of light onto the talent that is Irawniq, because her verse is sick.
I love you
Sicky.
guys. Sending love and light.
Okay, I love you guys. I hope this helps understand a little bit. And anything else?
Nah, just
Yeah,
Y'all be safe. Y'all take care of each other. Go love on your family.
Where's the video gonna be?
it's on YouTube, and it's also going to be on my IG. So you guys are gonna it's also on her page. We're gonna blast it everywhere at 5. So in 20 minutes.
Love you guys.
Bye guys,
Be
love
safe.
you.
Be safe.